In this video, I will be reviewing the Instant Pot Rio Wide 7.5 quart 7-in-1 electric pressure cooker and multi-cooker. Whew, that's a mouthful. I got this as a gift, otherwise I don't think I would be brave enough to buy one myself because to me it felt a little bit overwhelming until I realized how actually pretty simple this thing is. So if you're a beginner or you've been scared to buy a pressure cooker, this video is made for you. Hey, I'm Oxy K, and on this channel I do product review videos as well as demonstrating how I use those products, and I leave my honest opinion on all the products. So if this is something you like, then subscribe for more, and if this video is helpful to you, then smash the like button. Alright, let's get right back to it. I'm definitely not trying to be a cooking show, but I do want to demonstrate a meal that I'm going to prepare in here. I've cooked in this a couple of times already. Each time it turned out amazing. Okay, so first of all, obviously you have the lid, which is very easy to close and open. So you just kind of turn it and you pick it up. Very simple. It's nice and heavy. I mean, like in a good way heavy, like feels very sturdy and firm. And then you have this little rack for if you want to steam stuff, I guess. The main compartment, it's where you put the food. One thing I'll mention right away, never put food or liquids in this part without this, because you're basically gonna ruin it, or it's gonna take a very long time to like fix it or dry it out. I don't know. On the back, right here you have a little container that collects liquid or things that just kind of come out, I guess, like this from the steam. There's a little hole and it just goes right in there. It comes with a simple cord that you just plug in. The buttons are pretty self-explanatory. You have pressure cook, slow cook, super broth, meat or stew, bean or chili, rice, yogurt, egg, poultry, multigrain, steam, saute. You have the time adjustment here, up or down. You have temperature, high or low or medium, cancel button, delay start, keep warm, and start. I gotta say, the design of this cooker is very nice because it's nice and wide, and it's big enough to cook a whole chicken actually. I think it's just very modern and looks pretty good. I learned a really cool thing, and that is sauteing on here. So when you saute, you would just open this and you would keep it open. Okay, so if you press saute, you can bring up the temperature to like high, because saute usually need hot temperature. Put some oil in here. You don't close the lid, and you just saute some onions or whatever you want before you throw in the rest of the food. And then once you throw all that in, put some water or broth, whatever you're using, close this back up, and then you can start the pressure cook. The saute function of this is so cool because it does add so much more flavor. And that way you don't have to use your pans and get everything else dirty. So that's why I say this is a very efficient as far as cleaning goes. It's just like a one pot deal. In here, it does have a max line right here and a half line. I had a big party coming to my house, and so I had to get this pretty full. I put in a bunch of food and I covered it almost to the very, very top, and nothing happened. It cooked totally normal. So I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying that's what happened to me, and it was fine, even though the max line is like an inch below the trim here. Are you guys ready to cook or what? When this cooks, it's gonna let out some steam from this part of the lid right here. It naturally will release some steam. You don't want to put it under this. You just don't want to put it under like cabinets or anything that's like very low, but you also do need an outlet. The only place that I can put it is right at the edge of my island, because I have an outlet right there and it's just shy away from this lamp. I know it's not the best placement, but hopefully you have a better kitchen. Okay, so I have the saute button on. I press start and it's on high temperature. So while this is getting hot, I'm gonna just bring out whatever food I need. Then I'm gonna just start sauteing. Onion for everything. Pepper. And then while that is going, I have some ground beef. Ooh, it's already getting really soft, so that's good. I really hope I have some rice. Oh my goodness. I barely have rice. We're gonna have to get creative here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use quinoa and I'm gonna use rice, and I'm gonna cook them together. Tomato paste. Put a little bit of oil in here. Before I throw this in, I'm gonna throw in some spices. Garlic powder, oregano, definitely some garlic. If you feel like the saute is a little too hot, then you can bring down the temperature by going to medium or even low. It's already smelling so good, and it's almost ready for me to throw in everything else. As I'm breaking the meat, it's still a little bit frozen inside, but it's still gonna be totally okay. At this point is where you could just start throwing everything in here. What I'm making is definitely not like the traditional way of doing this meal, but I'm just going for it anyway because I've done this before and I know it's gonna be good. As far as proportions go with like the liquid and the food in here, you just kind of do what you would do in the pot is what I'm guessing. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I put the amount of liquid that I would put if I was cooking it in a pot or something. Okay, so now that I have everything in there, I'm ready to close it. All we do is just see this arrow, we put it on the unlock sign, make sure it fits, and then you just lock it. Easy. We're gonna push pressure cook, and then for time, I'm gonna do 20 minutes. I think that's about good. So it's preheating for a couple minutes. Once it is on, it's gonna light up the cook button, and then you know it's cooking. So sometimes during the cooking part, especially in the beginning, you're gonna see some steam come up a little bit, and it's gonna make a little bit of sound, but after that it's gonna be very quiet and just cook for 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes is up, it's gonna let out steam naturally, and usually it takes 10 minutes for the steam to come out, and then you can unlock the lid because it needs to release a certain amount of steam before it's gonna let you open the lid. If you wanted to release the steam faster, this is the knob that you can switch to let the steam out if you wanted to. I usually just keep it right there and I let the steam come out naturally on its own. Changed from on to the time, so now it's gonna start counting down, and once the 20 minutes is up, like I said, give it another 10 minutes to release the steam a little bit there. The nice thing is when I come back, I know that it's gonna stay warm because I have this button on right here. If I don't want it to stay warm after it's done cooking, I could just turn that off and it's not gonna keep it warm. It'll start cooling down, but I do wanna keep it warm, so I'm gonna turn that on. I'm gonna go run and pick up my daughter from school, and then once I'm back, this should be ready to go. In the meantime, I'm gonna make some coffee. If you're a person that loves coffee, while we're on this subject, I have a bunch of videos on coffee, how I make it, and a review of my coffee machine right there. It is actually my most viewed video, so check it out. I'll put it in the description down below. Okay, it is ready. Pull on this knob, and as I pull on it, no steam's coming out, so I know all the steam came out. Twist and open. Ooh, it smells so good. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't look as delicious, but it smells so good. She's gonna be the first taste tester.
It's not that one.
Yeah, it's so good. Okay, and we can add some cucumber to that.
Okay.
Where's your cucumber? Cucumber?
Cucumber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is delicious. Now I'm gonna be making something that's probably more familiar to everyone, and that is beef stew. I'm gonna start with kind of the same idea. So first I'm gonna put in my meat and get it brown a little bit, and I'm using the saute function. It's on high, and then after I get the meat brown, I'm gonna put in all my vegetables and just saute that for a little while, and then once that is all ready to go, I'm gonna add my spices, the salt, pepper, all the good stuff, and then slowly I'm gonna just start to incorporate all the rest of my ingredients, and finally the liquids. This is the cool thing, you guys, like it really is a one pot deal. So I love it because you can throw everything in there and then it cooks from preheating to cooking and then the pressure releasing all in like 45 minutes. To me, that's a win-win situation because on the stove, it would have taken about 3 hours. It smells so good. And the meat is gonna come out so tender and soft. This is gonna have so much flavor. And when I'm done with it, it's gonna stay warm if I'm not ready to eat yet. And guys, I don't know what can beat this, but this is pretty delicious. Once you're done sauteing, you have to press the cancel button and then the pressure cooker button. Set your time. All of these buttons are basically a preset time for that specific meal. I pressed the beef stew button and it went to 36 minutes, and so I pressed my time down to 30 because I know that's enough time for the size of my stew. And now it's preheating, so I can leave it alone for the next 40 minutes or so. Okay, so it is finished cooking and it has been releasing the pressure for the past 20 minutes, and I'm getting hungry, so I'm just gonna let out the steam by myself, and that way it's gonna allow me to unlock the lid and open it. Ooh, it's still simmering. This smells amazing. I wish you guys can smell this right now, but wow, everything looks very soft. Ooh, can't wait to try it. Smells so good. Okay, so it is really hot still. The meat here literally falls apart. Oh my goodness. It is so tender. So much flavor here. All right, you guys, that was it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. If you guys have any requests or things you think I should review, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, comment down below and I'll connect with you there. Have an amazing and blessed day.